Alright. What's good? Just wanted to do a short little live stream before I have to head out. Just wanted to talk about Peacemaker Season 2. Also, I want to apologize that my, what's it called? My quality is kind of doo-doo on here, but I've tried all week to try to fix it, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to shell out the money to get like a proper game capture. But for now, we're just gonna deal with the booty quality until I can figure out how to do. Because I like doing the live streams. I did one last week and I really liked it, and I just want to keep doing it now. But I am so unprepared. I need to see the chat, but the phone I use to see the chat is dead. So that's great. Now I can't even see the chat while playing. Hold up. I am so obviously incredible at live streaming. Let me see. Trying to figure out how I could do this. Chat. I can't, you know what's crappy? I can't like have this up while playing the game. Like it's either, see, it just does that crap. Hold up. You know what? We will, let's see. Let me load that up real quick. Dang, I thought this phone was charged. This is what I use to check the live because I don't have a second, what's it called? I don't have a second, what is it called? Oh my goodness. A second monitor. Sorry, I have like a fat headache. Probably shouldn't be doing live streaming today, but honestly, I just really wanted to. You know what? Sorry that I won't be able to see chat. It's not that I'm ignoring anyone. Just literally can't see it right now because I'm so stupid and unprepared. But anyways, I just really wanted to talk about Peacemaker Season 2. I really liked this season. I actually liked it more than the first season. I feel like I'm going crazy because everyone loved the first season. I actually like did not like it at all. I kind of hated it, to be honest. And everyone seems to be not disliking this season, but everyone hates the finale. And I actually really like the finale, so I feel like I'm going fucking nuts right now. But I'm not blind to the criticisms of this finale. I will say that they are, like, all the criticisms are valid, but
I didn't open the door.
hold on.
It activated that first switch. There must be more
What?
circuit
That's what I did.
boxes nearby that activate the rest
What
of
the
them.
fuck? Press bit. Oh, like, that's what I did. Maybe I have to do it for another. But what was it called? I feel like the criticisms for the final episode were valid, but I still really enjoyed it nonetheless. I thought it was very, very well done on an emotional point of view. I think they tied up everyone's character arcs in a pretty interesting, satisfying enough way. But I do think that there's a huge problem with this season, and I just recorded my video on it. I don't like the continuity issues of this season. I just find it really odd how the first season takes place in the DCEU, second season takes place in the DCU. Like, it was just, it's such a weird decision to me for them to have made that that choice. But I mean, I'm not James Gunn, so I don't know. Also, I feel like they could have done a lot more with the pacing. Like, I feel like they kind of spent too much time on, like, the first part of the season where they're just trying to get the door from Chris in his house. They could have sped that up in, like, 2 episodes. I don't think we needed to spend as much time as we did on it. I just did that. What? This should not make any sense. You know what? We're gonna come back and do this mission later. But yeah, what was it called? God, I should not be doing a live stream today. I feel like shit. I can't even think straight. Oh my god. And I can't even read the chat. That's the worst part. That's the whole point, is like chatting with y'all. My stupid phone died, so I can't even see the chat. See, now I don't even know. I feel like I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Honestly, I think like what it was with the first season, because I know people are gonna be like, dude, like, how'd you not like the first season? For me, it just felt very undercooked on a writing level. Like, I felt like the first season, it was like second, third draft of a script versus like a fully polished script. So I just always felt like it just needed some more time to kind of get a proper dialogue going in that first season. It just felt like Gunn did Suicide Squad, and then he just immediately went into the first season of Peacemaker. So it kind of, I don't know if you really have time to like really look over the script. Also, on top of that, it's like an 8-episode show versus like a 2-hour long movie. So I definitely think there was more. It takes longer to make sure those scripts are right, especially since he's doing all the writing on his own. For him to like really make sure that came out polished, and it just didn't, in my opinion. Also, I feel like the first season thought it was funnier than it actually was. Like, I don't think it was particularly that funny. There was a lot of things I did enjoy about it. I really think John Cena's performance in that season was really good. I really enjoyed the way they just handled Peacemaker as a character. Even if I didn't really like the whole, I guess, season as a whole, there's definitely things that I appreciated nonetheless. Also, it was just like a very ugly looking season. Like, I know it was like pretty low budget, but still, it just kind of felt like it was like really rushed, like filming it. But yeah, I don't know. That's just how I felt. But with this season, it was more of my wavelength. I think the emotional stuff was like way better. Way more thought out when it comes to their characters, because it kind of felt like Peacemaker last season was the only one really getting anything, and then all the other characters were just kind of like goofy oddballs. But this season actually felt like everyone had some importance, or I mean, not, I don't know, but, well, yeah, I guess importance is the right word, but it felt like this season they found a way to make every character actually like have a more compelling arc rather than the first season on an emotional level. Maybe to the show's detriment. I have heard complaints that like there wasn't like a real what's it called, antagonist. I mean, I guess Rick Flag Sr. was the antagonist of the season, but not enough, really, I guess. Like, I definitely understand the complaints of that. To me, it didn't bother me, if I'm being completely honest. I really liked the exploration of the characters in this season. And I do wish they did more with, like, the Nazi planet. Because, like, it's kind of like, oh, Nazi planet, and then they just kind of, it's like, oh, it's over, I guess. Like, also, I didn't like how they just killed off Peacemaker's dad. Like, especially when you get to the revelation that, oh, shoot, like, he actually is a good person. Like, he's not a Nazi. He doesn't agree with the world's viewpoints. And then Adrian just freaking kills him, and it's a joke. And then, like, 30 seconds later, the show asks you to take that seriously, because Peacemaker starts having, like, you know, an actual, like, panic attack. Straight up PTSD episode of, like, when he killed his version of his dad and, like, his brother and all that. So it's, like, I feel like they could have handled that better, like, a lot better, especially if you're gonna ask me, like, literally a minute later to, like, take all that seriously. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the final season, or the finale to the season was horrible. I actually quite enjoyed it. I do think the setup to Man of Tomorrow was very weird. I mean, this is an R-rated TV show, you know? Like, it's kind of weird to set up such an important plot point for not just the next Superman movie, but more so the entirety of the DCEU in a TV show that's rated R nonetheless. It's such an odd thing to do, especially since, like once again, like, there's a lot of the criticisms. I do pretty much agree with, like, all the criticisms of the final episode, where it's like, the entire episode pretty much felt like set up for that. So even if it was like, how to explain it? Even if it was like a PG-13 type of show, it's still a show. It's just when it's rated R, you're narrowing down your audience on who could actually watch it. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's just weird that, well, one, you're already narrowing down your audience by making it a TV show, right? Then you're narrowing it down again by making it like R-rated, and then the fact that all of that last episode was pretty much just set up for the DCU itself, it was just weird. And like, a lot of people said, like, that could have been like, that whole episode could have been like half the season's plot, and I do agree. I actually do agree. It could have been that. Why wasn't it? I don't really know. Maybe Gunn just really felt like he didn't. Maybe he felt the need to set something up, but didn't necessarily want to incorporate it throughout, like, have it compromise his entire story for that season-long arc. I'm not exactly sure. But it's such an odd decision. Here, I'm gonna check the chat to see if anyone said it. I highly doubt anyone's even on this, but I do want to make sure if anyone is saying something that I'm not ignoring them. There we go. Am I late? Nah, I don't. Oh, my dude, Menno Man. I did not like the season overall, to be honest. I think season 1 was better because I felt like a Peacemaker show. It felt like a Peacemaker show than this season, but I do agree this season was better written from a character perspective. I also think the second season was more predictable from a writing standpoint. See, I do agree. Also, sorry for not answering. I just my chat. I don't have the chat on my other device, on my other phone. But yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that or I mean, I agree on, like, the what's it called? That it was written better on a character standpoint than the first season. But I guess I do understand how that the ending of the season could have put a bad taste in everyone's mouth for the whole season overall, or maybe just the last 2 episodes as a whole. Like I said, personally, I liked it more than the first season and wasn't really a big fan of the first season. But hey, I'm the crazy one, to be honest. Like, I'm in the minority here, so I don't know. I wouldn't put much stock in my opinion because, like I said, I'm the minority. I don't think as a I should be the leader in the Peacemaker conversation, because clearly I don't have the same opinion as everyone else on the show overall. But oh, trying to get over there. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I really feel when it comes to this season. Like, just as a whole, just wished it was set. I wish they did a better way of setting it into the DCU than how they did. I make the whole video I'm making right now on Peacemaker Season 2 that I recorded today. We'll be talking about how I feel they could have handled the change better. And then I just wish that the pacing and how they... I don't know if necessarily the pacing is the right word, but the structure of how they set out to make the season was better. Oh my God, what the fuck? And I just hope that, like, moving forward, they have, if they do a 3rd season, I kind of hope that they just leave, or not even just the third season of Peacemaker, just TV overall in the DCU. Don't really try to set up major plot points. Just let it be a TV show. Let it just be set in the universe, but don't. It doesn't need to be super plot heavy when in the DCU continuity per se. Oh. Huh? Yeah, I should have waited to do the live stream another day, because holy shit. But I just really wanted to talk about Peacemaker right now since it's like fresh in everyone's mind. And hopefully I can get that video out soon, because I already recorded it and all that. Here, let me check chat one more time, just make sure. There we go. Okay. Also, oh, that's the main thing I was agreeing on, was the predictability of the writing for season 2, because like we all knew it was gonna not necessarily like Nazi Planet, but we knew there was gonna be something off about where he went. I also didn't like the romance between Peacemaker and the blonde girl. Also, the ending sucks if the show doesn't get a season 3. Then this whole season was really just a setup for something else. I feel like the Arrowverse, despite its flaws, should be the blueprint. Yeah, honestly, if there is no season 3, that would be a baffling decision to make. That cliffhanger happen, because like in fact, I was reading a review, or not a review, an article that came out this morning where James Gunn straight up said he has season 3 is not in active development, so making it almost sound like there's a high chance there's not even gonna be a season 3. It's like, then why the fuck did you put that tease at the end? Mind you, I'm a big James Gunn fan. I love, I've seen pretty much everything he's made except for I've never finished Slither. I've seen most of it, but I haven't like seen the whole thing in its entirety. But besides that, I've seen like I've even seen Super, which I actually adore. Super. I think it's really fucking weird, but I really enjoy it. But yeah, no, I really don't. I really don't agree with some of the decisions they made this season. I don't know, like, but I will say I actually did like. Okay, it was weird because I kind of did agree that I didn't necessarily like the relationship between him and Harcourt at first, because like, I'm not gonna lie, this season she was kind of insufferable. Like, I understand that was kind of the point, but I did have a whole new appreciation for how they decided to deal with her character within the last 2 or 3 episodes of the season. Whereas, like, at the very beginning, throughout most of the season, I was kind of like, oh my god, she is just being, like, so insufferable. Which I didn't think of her that way in the first season. I thought she was pretty cool in the first season, but I don't know. I think by the end, I kind of understand that they were really trying to lean into her pushing Chris away because of how scared she is of her emotions and sharing them with other people. I mean, yeah, I guess that was obvious, but I guess at first it still just felt a little too, like, she was a little too cruel to not even just him, just everyone the whole season. So I don't know, that was just how I felt about it. Oh my god, my head. Got a headache. Oh. You already know what time it is. Check. I have to do this in such a choppo way, but let's see. But the Arrowverse, I don't know. I could never really fully get into Arrowverse. But also Arrowverse started getting like really confusing with like when they would do like a crisis event and it would be set between multiple different shows. So like, oh, you gotta watch one episode of The Flash, and the next week you gotta watch Arrow, and then the next week you gotta watch Supergirl. It kind of just made it really hard for anyone to actually like get caught up on the shows if they wanted to. kind of made it like impossible. But I mean, Arrowverse still did a lot for, I guess, TV, like superhero television as a whole. So I mean, there's definitely some stuff to be appreciative for, but overall, I'm still not really. I'm not exactly an Arrowverse fan. Never really found it to be compelling television.
They're gonna destroy the whole neighborhood.
Oh, should I take him on?
How about
Yeah,
y'all
fuck
chill
it.
for a second?
Oh shit! Why are there like two different? Got the symbiotes, and we have the fire cult people. Which I finally finished Spider-Man 2 a few days ago, like the actual story. So now I'm just like free balling it, I guess. Actually, really, I liked it, but I think the story was kind of a mess, if I'm being honest. Like, honestly, I kind of felt like Kraven was like, by the time Kraven dies, I kind of felt like it was pointless to have him in this game, to be honest. I felt like the whole game should have really just been about Venom, and that's it. Also, I really liked the depiction of Kraven. I think he was awesome. I just don't like the way they went about his storyline. I don't know, I just felt like there was much more to be desired in terms of just like how they handled Kraven as Kraven and his like little hunting posse. Also, he dies, and then like we don't hear anything else about the hunters. Like, I guess they just leave, or like they're not even mentioned again. And then it's like, okay, symbiote time. It's like, okay, very odd. Yeah, but overall, I really like the game. That's my quick review of Spider-Man 2, a game that's like a year or 2 years old. I know I'm very late to the party. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the mechanics more than anything right now. I mean, I'm gonna do all the side missions, and try to get close to 100%. Right now, I'm at. Hold on, let me see what I'm at. 56%, 57 now. Oh, I'm 57% way through everything. See, I thought that the little meter that was like 50-something%, all that. I thought that was for the campaign, or I don't know if campaign's right, but the story. I thought that was for the story. So when it finished, I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh, okay. Not that it ended abruptly, and I really liked the ending. I liked the ending a lot. It was very, very well done. Oh. Alright. Let me collect this. And then, let me check chat one more time. I really hope Chris has a big part in the next Superman movie and isn't just a throwaway gag. I really hope so too, because I mean, I really like the character a lot. Like I said, even though I'm not a fan of season 1, I loved John Cena as Peacemaker. I loved the way he was written. I love how human he is. I love how, like, I don't know, it was just so cool to be all like, to watch the Suicide Squad and be like, how is this little fucking asshole? How could this guy be redeemable? He was like the most unredeemable character ever. And he became like such a lovable person. Like I felt that by the end of season 1. I was like, wow, I actually really fucking like this guy. And then by the end of this season, I mean, especially like the moment that really hit me the most when it came to his character was in the finale when he's with Harcourt and she's about to fight that guy, and he just goes, like, he intervenes and she's like, what, you trying to save me? And he goes, no, I'm trying to save him, because like there's no point, why do we have to have this needless violence? Why do we have to prove something to these people? We don't have to. And that literally just showed how far he's come as a person, that he went from like literally killing anybody and anything just to like be someone who he's not, to be like, you don't, to prove something. Oh shit. To prove something to his father, to the government, to whoever, and he just didn't need to do that anymore. And I honestly found that to be very beautiful. Which is why, once again, I'm not super, that's why I'm not like annoyed that they didn't have, like, I guess, like a more overarching villain besides Flag, because it really did allow them to focus on that type of stuff, and to me that's just more interesting than like punching someone in the face. Like, not just because it's a superhero thing doesn't mean it has to always, doesn't mean it has to have action. Like, we can have something different. Like, I think there's only like 2 or 3 action scenes in the whole season. Honestly, really just one, if I'm really being honest, but didn't mind. I really, really did not mind. Like, I thought that was bold. I thought that was just really cool that we could just find out more about these people. It doesn't mean that, honestly, it doesn't mean that those criticisms aren't wrong. Like, if you feel that way, I get it. I'm not gonna tell you not to feel that way. I completely understand. Like, I get it. Like, I like, look, especially with a character like Peacemaker, you want to see him beat the shit out of people. So I'm not gonna blame you to be like, oh, that bothered me, or that really turned me off for this season. Because look, man, that is a completely fair argument. Completely fair. It's just like, for me, it worked, and that's why it didn't really bother me. But yeah, I hope he comes back from Anna tomorrow. I really hope so. It'd be really cool to see him continue to grow within the DC universe, especially in like a movie setting. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep swinging around. This is helping me concentrate more. I'm just speaking. All right, time to check chat again. I promise, the next stream I will have my thing working again. Let's see. I feel like a clanker being the only one speaking. Nah, it's all good. I agree. I just hoped the season would solely focus on that instead of wasting time with setting up stuff and wait for you. Exactly. Completely agree. Completely agree. More so with just like the final episode. I personally just don't think they should have set up Salvation at all. I don't think any big setup should have happened in this season. It's a TV show. It's rated R. Let the setups be in the movies. Like, let the shows just be a nice side piece where we can actually focus on the world, but not necessarily... How do I explain? Okay, I love the Marvel Netflix shows because they focused on the people of the Marvel Universe, and the movies focused on the world. So focus on the people of the universe and let the movies focus on the world. That's basically my opinion. If you, like, start setting up all these big plot points, and then you go into the movie not really understanding what's happening, it starts to become a problem. Now, Gunn did say, to be fair, Gunn did mention in the article I read this morning on Variety, that he said you don't have to watch season 2 of Peacemaker to understand Man of Tomorrow and the plot points they're setting up. That they will explain all of that in the movie, which I think is genius. Like, don't over rely on your continuity too much, because then, you know, you're gonna start getting into storytelling that starts getting a little too dense for audiences to follow through. We're already seeing it with Marvel, right? But what we're also seeing with Marvel is they're relying so much on their Disney Plus shows to set up important things and characters, and people start getting confused. I mean, if you didn't watch WandaVision, you had no idea what the hell is going on in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Like, there's just literally, there's no two ways about it. Like, when I went to go see it with my friends, most of us saw WandaVision, but my roommate, he didn't. And he was like, it took him like halfway till the movie to kind of fully adjust to what was happening. You know? Or the Marvels. That's honestly why I think the Marvels failed, is because you had to watch WandaVision and Miss Marvel to pretty much understand who two of the main, like, characters of that movie were. Like, that was just such a odd choice of Marvel to think, oh yeah, that would work, that would make sense, like, people are just gonna watch it. It's like, dude, no. Like, and then on top of that, people might have felt like they needed to also watch Secret Invasion. I mean, you didn't, but they might have felt that way, you know. I thought I felt that way. I was like, oh, am I gonna have to watch that too? And so it was just like, so I just don't want Gunn getting into that mindset. Just set things up in the movies, let the shows just focus on their characters, and let the movies do the bigger stuff. Yeah, because like TV inherently is smaller scale, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be huge. It doesn't need to be end of the world stakes. It doesn't need to be setting up major plot threads. Just TV has always been about characters. It's never been about spectacle. So let TV just be TV. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get going, but I will answer anything else. Let's see. I agree. That's fine, but now that sacrifices Peacemaker, yeah. I would have replaced one of them with America Chavez, and the movie would have worked a lot better. Yeah, honestly. Well, guys, thank you for everyone that did decide to tune in. Sorry, this was a short one. Probably not. This is gonna probably be my worst live stream I've ever done. Next one will be better. I'm not gonna have a headache. I'm gonna have my chat on my phone, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. And I will try to fix the quality. I've been trying all week to fix the quality on like the gameplay. So probably just gonna invest in a game capture. But as usual, Menno Man, you are the man for always talking to me. So thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I hope that the future of the DCU is a bright one.